With all the options available on the market, getting the right battery size can be a challenge, so I'll narrow it down to 3, including a full step-by-step replacement and what to expect after installation. Before working on anything else, it's good practice to disconnect the negative terminal first, not just loosen it. But I made a separate video that explains all of that. The link will be at the end. Now the positive clamp can be loosened. You don't have to remove the nuts, just loose enough to extend the clamp. And if you have one of those ratchet spanner thingy-majobbies, that's ideal because sockets don't fit here. Then you can remove the car from the battery with a bolt down here at the base. And if you haven't already, you'll notice this battery looks a bit bigger than usual. And we're going to replace it with the same size, but I'll get to that a bit later. The shape of this bracket basically makes it possible to fit a bigger battery. It might not be clear here, but the battery needs to slide in under this lip at the back and secure at the front with a bracket. So if your bracket doesn't seem to fit, just move the battery around in the tray a bit. The battery used here is in the 60 amp hour range with these dimensions and will probably be the biggest size that will fit in the tray. The previous one was just over 5 years old. If you find these videos helpful, I hope we've earned your subscription by now, but even a like or a super thanks will be appreciated. Clean terminals mean less resistance, so fine sandpaper will work, or this handy little brush that cleans both the terminals and the battery posts. I'll leave a link in the description. When connecting the terminals, the positive goes back first, and you really want to position it as low as possible on the battery post to prevent loose connections later. A screwdriver helps to extend the clamp if you need to. The second option which we normally install is the 40 to 50 amp hour version, which is only about 40 millimeters shorter in length. This will probably be the best value for money option. The third option is to go with the original factory fitted size, which is another 30 millimeters shorter in length. But to make it easier for you, since I don't have any specs on it, I'll leave links in the description for all 3 variants. The negative terminal should be the last thing to connect, and the terminals shouldn't be able to move around by hand if they're tight enough. On startup, you shouldn't see any warning lights. And the radio code isn't necessary. There's a sequence for disconnecting and connecting the terminals, and it's all explained in this next video.